Hey everyone, and welcome to Already Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Star Trek Season 1, Episode 20. It's called Court Martial. Full spoilers for the episode, as always. So, this is well, first of all, we're like officially two-thirds through the season. This is a kind of a
Yeah,
milestone
we're two-thirds through the first season of the first show.
of the first of
Too many.
four. Not including Discovery, because we'll do that as it comes out. That's new. It's separate. But the first of four shows, yeah, because
Discovery, Next Gen,
Next Gen, Deep
Enterprise.
Space Nine, Voyager. Oh, and
Enterprise.
Enterprise. Oh, first of five then, not including Discovery.
And that's assuming we're not doing the animated show.
I say, you know what? It's going to take long enough. We're not adding
Yeah.
an animation. Oh, that's enough. So this one, actually, because we start off at this, on this planet, at this base, the Enterprise is being repaired. I actually, for a long time in this episode, I thought they were actually literally, like, even though in plot the Enterprise was being repaired, I thought they were literally repairing the set, and they were shooting stuff in just these, temporary sets in this episode. Because for the first, like, half of the episode, you don't see the Enterprise at all. It's all,
No, you don't.
it's this portmaster's office, it's this little bar, canteen area, and then it's their like hearing room, and that's it. That's the whole thing. For it's halfway, and then we start getting footage of the Enterprise. Like, oh, okay, right,
It's like, oh, it is in this one.
yeah. Because honestly, now that we've seen that, I went back and went, well, why didn't we? I don't necessarily expect to see the crisis, because there's a crisis that happens off screen at the start where a crew member dies.
Yes.
And the whole plot of the episode is that the computer contradicts what Kirk is saying was the sequence of events, and it makes Kirk look like he jettisoned the guy in this pod at the back of the ship before he should have, and as a result, killed him when he didn't need
Yes.
to.
Yeah.
And the computer disagrees, so that's what leads to the court martial, and we have a hearing. It's essentially a courtroom episode with them trying to prove Kirk's innocence
Yeah.
with this wacky lawyer character and the various members of the crew testifying.
Yeah. Now, before we watch this, I said I had a vague memory of quite enjoying this
Uh-huh.
one. Did you enjoy this one?
I thought it was fun.
Okay.
Did you not enjoy it?
I did, right up and I mean, there's a certain part that I don't like, but for the most part, I liked it a lot.
I like it. I do think it's very theatre. Like, it's very turned up to 11, some of like the reactions and moments where and obviously the big twist in the episode is that the guy's not actually dead. He's actually framing Kirk. He's tampered with the computer. He's actually still in the ship. And the moment where the lawyer suggests, is it possible he's still alive? And Kirk turns around and goes, possibly. And the music,
I love it.
there's this sting that plays in the music, and I was just like, all right, this is pantomime. This is
Yeah, it
basically
is.
pantomime.
I love it. That one I particularly love. The only one that really bothered me a little bit with the over the top music stings was when they were like in the courtroom. What's your plea? And Kirk stands up. He goes, "Not guilty." And it comes in with this big, massive sting, like he would have ever said anything else.
Yeah, we knew he didn't think he was guilty. Like, everything before this
I
scene
know.
told us that.
I know that's the only one that bothered me, but that possibly one. Oh, I loved it. It's right up my alley.
No, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I don't think it's a deep episode, but I think it's a very entertaining episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
My,
so yeah.
my only real problem, I will say, is the guy playing Finney. His acting.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
it's
that's
a
fair.
bit. I mean, sure, some of the other stuff's overdone, but he's overdone in a different way.
He's not in a lot of the episode, though, to be fair.
No, he's not. But when it's the big climax, it kind of takes away from that a little bit.
Honestly, the bigger problem I had with that climax is the stunt double for Kirk was really noticeable.
That is also there.
He
Yeah,
did not look at all like him. He looked like 10 years younger. It was weird.
yeah, that's true.
Actually, but that's not a big deal. That happens from time to time on these shows. The biggest problem I had, actually, that I legitimately went, that is a weird choice. Why have they done that? Well, two things, I guess, because I was saying it before that I thought it was weird how we didn't. I thought it was weird I didn't see the ship pull in damaged. Like, that felt like something it should have started with.
It was probably just something at the time where they didn't want to do the effects of it.
Probably. But even just the idea of seeing them on the bridge then, all, like, disorientated, like, oh, we've just went through this trauma, and get a sense that something's happened. But instead, we just sit in the portmaster's office and he's just telling the story. It's the least interesting way to do it, I thought.
No, I agree.
Once it got going, it was fine, but it was just weird that we didn't get like a sense that something dangerous just happened. He just says it.
Yeah.
And actually, my other complaint actually kind of relates to that. So after he's still alive, and they do that fun thing with the heartbeats, where they're like, okay, this is all the heartbeats on the ship. And then they take, we read your heartbeat so we can eliminate it, and they eliminate them all one by one until there's just one left, and everyone's accounted for. So he's on the ship. That was cool, right? That was good fun. But
Yeah.
when Kirk goes off to find him on his own, this narration pops in.
Yes.
And it's not a start, it's not, captain's log, blah, 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 blah. It's just narration. And I wouldn't mind it so much because I'll just assume it's part of a captain's log. Whatever, it's fine. The problem is that the information he actually gives us, I think he shouldn't have. I think the episode shouldn't have given us that. Because he tells us, oh, the lawyer's away to get the guy's daughter. Because we see the guy's daughter, she's really distraught. She blames Kirk at first, and then when she sees the footage, she's like, okay, it was you, but I don't really blame you anymore because you're in a tough situation. I get it, right? But so we both agreed that Finney, the officer who's framing the captain, if she's on board, he'll come in easier. He won't go put up much of a fight. He won't do anything dangerous. His daughter's here. And I'm like, why are you telling us this? Because later on, when they're in mid-fight, and he's like, oh, I'm going to, killing you is not enough. Like, you don't care about your own death. I'm going to kill your ship. It's the ship that you love. And it's like, even with your daughter on board, it's like, and that's like, give me another music sting. Don't tell me that beforehand.
Yeah.
Give me a music sting.
That's the moment you reveal it.
Yeah, that's the moment you tell me that. I was like, you didn't really need that before. And then, to a lesser extent, not as a big deal because that one spoiled what could have been a cool reveal, is after he beats them, he's like climbing in a little sort of tube thing to fix whatever he thing, and the narration just comes in and says, "Oh, after I beat him, he told me what he'd damaged, so I'm fixing it." You didn't need to tell me that. I can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just those bits of narration. It felt like, oh, the audience is dumb. We have to spell it out.
I agree. I think the weakest part of the episode for me was that last 5 minutes. Once he started talking to Finney, that last 5 minutes or so.
But the reveal and then the heartbeat thing was fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. It was after he left the bridge and the narration started is where the episode just loses it a little bit for me.
Also, I want to point out two things that I love from a character perspective. One, I love that Spock proves that the computer's been tampered with because he can beat it at chess.
Fantastic.
Secondly, Kirk makes out with the prosecution on the bridge after the trial.
So Kirk.
Because he's Captain Tiberius Kirk. That's who he is. He makes out with the prosecution. Because he knows the prosecution beforehand. They set that up at the start.
Yeah.
There's that awkward scene where he's like, oh, why, can you defend me? And she's like, oh, I can. I know we're good old friends, but I can't. I'm busy. I've got another case. Like, oh, you can do two at once. No, this one I can't.
Yeah, that's good.
Because, Jim, you see, I am the prosecution.
I know. I don't know. The Panama, it works for me. What can I say? And I have a thing for courtroom episodes in general. I don't like legal dramas because I find it boring seeing it from the point of view of the legal team. Just case by case each week, whatever.
Yeah, but
that bores me.
One courtroom episode out of a series.
Yeah, exactly. When you have your characters in a courtroom, I love those. I'm a sucker for them.
Yeah, come on. No, I had a lot of fun. I can't deny that it was good. I think my only other criticism, which isn't really a criticism of the episode, it's just kind of like missing them, is that a lot of the other crew we don't see as much of because it's mostly Kirk with these new side characters for the episode. It's these guest stars for the most part.
Yeah, a bit of Spock and Bones.
Yeah, Bones especially felt really quiet on for this episode. That said, the lawyer was a fun character.
He was.
He's determined to work with books even though everyone's got computers, and this feels especially weird in watching it today because it's like we're already at that point where everyone's just got tablets and stuff, and some people have just given up physical books, and then there's people who fight for physical books because they think they're better.
Yeah,
it's just really funny because you imagine that in this 150 years in the future, you imagine that it'll be even more far gone.
Paper. What's that?
Yeah, but he's got this room full of books, and he's like, oh, this is better than that stupid computer that's got every single book ever written inside it.
It's interesting how ahead of its time that is because that's the exact same thing people are saying right now about ebooks versus having a physical paper book.
Yeah,
and it's crazy how that was literally what it was saying in the 60s.
Yeah, and obviously to them, the idea of just reading books off of a screen conveniently.
it's basically magic.
Yeah, yeah, it's magic to them, pretty much. Apologies to any old people who grew up in the 60s and are being offended by this mocking of the 60s.
Hey,
Magic? What's
they
this?
they experience the magic happen around them.
I actually heard an old person not that long ago talking about how far things have come, and they remember when things are new and now everyone has them. And the example they used was a cordless phone. And I'm like, most people just don't even get a house phone anymore. They just, oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I know what you mean.
it's old people. I mean, they're great, but the
It makes me laugh.
get
Like
loopy.
just that in general is something I still experience because at work upstairs they're all on corded phones, but downstairs now we've got a cordless one, so we can walk around and do our stuff.
Yeah.
And when someone from upstairs phones and asks about something, you're walking around, and every so often they'll go, "Wait, are you doing it now?" I was like, "Yeah," because they forget we're cordless, and it actually like has that effect on them again. It's like, really, still?
This was a hell of a tangent.
It was.
That's fine. Look, the guest stars are good. In particular, the stern portmaster's quite good, as is the lawyer, who's kind of more wacky.
Yeah, and he gives a decent speech.
Gives a decent speech. He lists all these. He starts with the Bible. He works up to the the amendments and all that.
The
And then-
Constitution,
and then they
he
go into
gets to
some
like the
future
Martian
ones.
stuff.
Yeah, the Martian Mandate or something like that, and then it's like the Alpha 3 something. It was
Yeah.
like it got into some fake ones. I'm like, oh, I want to hear more about these. These sound way more interesting. Give me some of these alien laws.
I like that they're essentially exactly the same as just the American Constitution, but
Probably,
it's
yeah.
interesting because it doesn't exist yet and it's Martian.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Dear. Obviously, the first half of the episode kind of worked. Obviously, all the other crew members, but other Starfleet officers who are around, like at the bar, like kind of like shunning Kirk because they think he's guilty and stuff. And we then see in the courtroom, like they're basically trying to break Kirk's character by, well, not break his character, but they keep trying to get Bones to like admit, oh, this is possible that he could have, just lost it, like maybe not realize what he was doing, that he was mentally blocking it out.
They use his crew against him, don't they? Because
Yeah.
they do it with Spark and Bones. It's like, yeah, could he have done this? And they're like, yeah, well, I mean, what you're saying is correct, but
And Spock just hits back with, I'm Vulcan, I do not speculate. If I say he didn't do it, he didn't do it, bitch.
I love how,
That's essentially what he said.
in my hobby. I love how like when you have Bones and Spock, they put the cards in, it reads out all the commendations and stuff, and it's like, yeah, they've got a few. They're not bad. I mean, I get why they're high-ranking officers. And then it gets to Kirk. It just
It's
goes
like-
on and on. I love that she's like, no, come on, enough of this. And the lawyer's like, oh, no, this is his record. He gets to do it.
Let's have a few more. And then he stops it himself
And he
before it
stops it
finishes.
on his terms.
It's
great.
Dear. Actually, isn't that criticism? I just want to point out a really silly set design thing here. Actually, okay. Filmmaker's going to shout at me. This is not counted as set design. If the actor touches it, if the actor uses it as a prop, it's a prop. I was counting it as set design because it's part of the chair. So a bit of a mix, technically. But by their definition, if the actor interacts with it, outside of like sitting down and standing on it, which does not count as interacting. But there was buttons involved. I want to talk about the buttons that he had in his chair. Because we get this camera angle, right? They're watching this footage of the incident playback, and there's buttons. There's yellow alert, which they were talking about, they're on yellow alert first, and they're arguing that he jettisoned them while they're still on yellow and not on red. Then there's a button for red alert, and then there's a button for jettison pause. And that's all that's on his chair.
Yeah.
was
And I think those are too close together because I would not want to accidentally go, oh, red alert. Oh, no, my finger slipped. I hit the jettison. Like, no. Put some space between
I mean, I think there was a fourth button for something random, but it's like, this is it. This is these 4 buttons he has, is 2 alerts, jettison that pod. Why would that even be on the captain's chair?
I guess it's a thing where it's his call. He has to be the one to press the button because
Also-
he's the one taking the life, essentially. And he
Okay, fine, but why does one button... Surely, I think in an actual situation, you'd have it be the sort of thing where the second officer and someone else both have to press a button first, and that unlocks the button where the captain makes the final call.
Yeah, maybe.
The whole turn two keys at the same time kind of idea.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I mean, the alerts make complete sense. They should probably be on his chair.
All right, sure, but not jettison pod.
Probably not. No,
Nothing
I can't
else.
wait to. I hope one day we see this arm again, and it's just got completely different buttons.
I'm pretty sure they've not been there the whole time. There's probably been some random buttons there, and they've labelled them just for this one.
Yeah,
Because
it's
they
got a
needed
little
them.
label maker. I'll do.
I like the idea the set guy just came up. What's it? Prop master just ran up. I was like, right, I've got some labels.
Let me just cut them with scissors to get them to the right size. Brilliant. Speaking of buttons,
Aye,
can't believe I just said that.
go on.
The machine that they feed the cards into, to give them their service record.
Aye.
They have to press a button to play it, but just saying stop stops it.
That is well observed.
It really threw me. It's like one or the other.
Arguably, you can have both.
I mean, you could, but why only use every time they press the button to play and then say stop every single time?
Are they sure you're not the same saying stop to someone who's sitting next to the machine, who's then pressing the button for them?
No, because he leans over and presses the button himself.
All right. That is weird. I'm not gonna. It seems weird to do one and not the other.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not arguing with the voice commands, but just, pick one.
Oh, I've got a spaceship. I'll accept voice commands.
Yeah, exactly.
We have voice commands.
I accept their voice commands actually work. But
No, that's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
No,
it was a fun episode. I enjoyed it.
It is. It's very theatrical. It's very over the top reactions to things. But when you see the computer do it, you're like, oh wait, how did this happen? Like if the computer's saying this and that, it goes. The twist is fun. The heartbeat thing's fun, and obviously we've nitpicked it. Most of these things aren't really complaints. The only legitimate complaint I have really is the weird narration that kind of spoils what could be a fun little.
Yeah,
reveal.
it's that and the acting for Finney for me. That that 5 minute or so chunk, but out of a 50-minute episode, that's pretty good.
Otherwise, really fun ones. So yeah, let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, the next episode's already up on Patreon. Obviously, if you're watching on Patreon, then this is the new one. This is the one that's a week ahead.
You've still got to wait a week.
Yeah, but like the point I'm making is though these go up a week early on Patreon. If you want to check out that stuff and everything else you get as a bonus over there, head over to patreon.com/mildfuzztv. The early access to these episodes is only $1 a month, so if you want to help us out and support us, that's a really easy way of doing it. Of course, though, you can still just subscribe, give us some comments and stuff, because all of it helps. But yeah, get us on Twitter at mild_fuzz for channel updates. Individual Twitters are on the screen. But that's us, guys. So thank you once again. We will see you next time.